the meeting to order. Are there any adjustments to the agenda?
None.
All right. Minutes from prior meetings.
I'll accept them as printed.
I will second that. All those in favor? Aye. Public comments, no longer than 3 minutes. We would like to try and get out of here at some time before the snow starts flying here, so. Sandy?
No.
Janet? Public? Jerry? Public? Public comment?
Nice to have Tommy Taylor back.
All right. Mike?
No.
Darlene? No? All right. We will go to town boards and officials. We are going to have a quick, hopefully quick executive session in town boards and officials. And it'll be the select board and the meeting house committee in this. So I will make and it's reference to contractual matter. I will make a motion that we enter executive session for a contractual matter where premature public knowledge would put the town of Athens at a substantial disadvantage. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we are out of executive session. No decisions were made in executive session. I will make a motion that for the work to be done on the roof system at the meeting house because of the cost that we estimate that it will be, that it be put out for bid.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Sherry?
So we'll go ahead and do that and get that out to bid. And let's see, I guess we have a schedule of events coming up for the summer. One of them includes a quilt show in the meeting house. And I have a copy of the flyer here that I can leave, Darlene, for you, maybe right up there so people can see it as they come in. But a question came up on that about insurance. So is there insurance that covers events that we have at the meeting house? Is there a need for a rider? And in fact, in this one in particular, we're going to have people bringing quilts to have displayed in the meeting house and for the day of the event, and are they going to be covered?
Well, is it a meeting house committee event or is it a historical society event?
It's really both. We're really working.
If it's a meeting house, we are covered through Vermont League of Cities and Towns. If it's the historical society, I'm not sure what the coverage would be. I think we would be covered if somebody were injured or something in the building or on the property. But as to the event itself, I'm not sure if we would. Certainly, we could contact Vermont League of Cities and Towns and discuss with them what is covered, what is not covered, if it's a multi-use event.
That's my question. All the events that you have scheduled, are those combined historical society and meeting house? Because I wasn't sure how funding goes, if you're raising money for the historical society or for the meeting house. Because there's two separate entities. One is the town, one is not. And I didn't know how the monies would go for the books.
Well, the money, as I think I mentioned and explained to you folks at the meeting last month, the money that was raised through the events that we had last summer is in the Historic Society account. And that seemed to make the most sense because it was not taxpayer money. So it made sense to be able to put that somewhere else. And the Historic Society is the natural place to hold those funds.
But is all of that money designated for the meeting house?
Yeah. Yeah, aside from any of the expenses that will incur for the events.
But I would suggest you contact League of Cities and Towns, just to ask them
Okay.
about that.
Will do.
All right. Boards and officials. What? Oh, Don's raising.
Don's raising his hand, sorry.
The Union High School Board, we've finalized our budget proposal for this next year. This past year that closed, we had a $122,000 surplus. We're proposing to ask the voters in a special article to put aside about $32,000 of that surplus to capital reserves, and the $90,000 would go back into the revenue against this year's budget. The things that we have control of on the high school board, we have about a $70,000 increase. However, we do a lot through the supervisory union now, and the bottom line is the expenditure budget is up almost 4%, 3.88%. We're offsetting a little over 1% of that with our $90,000 surplus. It's the highest number I've seen since I've been on the board. Like I say, we have a lot going on through the supervisory union. The tax impact, though, there's 3 or 4 different factors that go into the tax impact. Our common level of appraisal, our average daily membership of the high school, and for some reason, which I confess I don't completely understand, our tax, we're going down a fraction of a penny less than this past year, as opposed to Grafton, which is getting whacked by about 11 cents increase this year. When our big classes, our big 7th and 8th grade classes make it to the high school, I'm not sure how much that number will change.
Okay.
Yep, that's where we're at.
Anything else?
That's it for now.
All right. Nobody else for boards and officials?
There's a the budget committee.
That's the
has a-
next thing on
Oh, okay, is it separate?
Yeah.
Sorry.
the. All right, we'll move on to finalizing the 2019 budget with the budget committee.
There should be a copy of it.
Another copy?
It looks different than it's nicely formatted for the town report. It's a comparative budget report and 2019 proposed town budget at the top.
All right.
This one right here?
All right, we had a few things that we were still working on numbers for. Have we got all of those?
Well, we have everything except, we didn't add anything additional into the equipment fund for a new small truck replacement because we don't have a quote for the body
The
work.
body work. Did you
Yeah.
ever get anything from Osgood's?
They are no longer doing municipal bodies. So I gotta get a hold of Fairfields.
Do you need me to make another copy of this for you?
I think Fairfields would be the only next logical place, don't you, Tommy?
It's gonna be just a regular commercial dump body, or you'll get a regular commercial,
Flatbed.
Well,
Flatbed.
they said that they would make, Osgood would still make a dump body for us. They just don't hook the hydraulic pumps up like our truck is hooked up now, and they don't build the push frames.
But Fairfield would do that.
Should be able to.
So, if we don't get a quote for it, it's not the end of the world to keep our normal contribution to the equipment fund. And those you know, we keep track of each equipment like what's reserved for each
Yes.
equipment's replacement now, so it's fine if one of those goes negative and we get.
Borrow from the other and then until
Recoup.
we get another.
Yeah, like there's money in the pool, one of those could go negative and we recoup it in taxes the next year, so it,
We also, Matt also was talking about, a grizzly, for not really sifting the sand, but breaking out the chunks and stuff.
Sorting out the chunks.
Have we thought about,
We haven't given that much thought as a budget committee or
you know,
a
so
select
there's
board.
that part of it.
I mean, we can build one, we can buy one, but they're a little expensive and I'm not sure what, if we have the line item in there for other, right, for like $2,000? Small
Well,
equipment.
miscellaneous, yeah,
Yeah.
it goes in every year.
But how much do we have in that for?
I just,
What would the cost of one of those be?
Don't know, to be honest with you.
We found one for sale for, like 3,500. But I would
And
think.
do they rent those?
No.
No.
I think there's 2,000 in the small equipment reserve right now, and then with another 2,000 in 2019, we have 4,000.
It would be 4,000. I mean, if we can find a used one somewhere, from State Highway or another town or something, it probably would be considerably less than that, but,
Not a very good time of year to be looking for one of those.
No.
no, but.
Are you thinking about getting it for this winter?
If we could, but I mean,
It's kind of too late for that. Even if you bought one and you had it made, by the time it's made, it's gonna be springtime.
so I'm thinking if we don't find one right off, like with State Highway or something like that, that we would probably be getting it sometime in the year to come. Instead of jumping right on it right now, and
Yep.
is that reasonable? Is that reasonable?
Works for me.
I would, this one's for the.
You got a
shop.
sketch, you know what size you want?
You gotta-
Yep, I went up and I went up to Grafton, cause they built theirs. And they actually had, all the steel was cut out down to Renault's. And Renault's, I think Danny said, has the blueprints. But I don't need one as big as what Grafton made, because they designed theirs, like, they're pretty simple. All it is a square frame on an angle with some bars across the top. But, and all you do is you make it so whatever piece of equipment you got can pick it up and move it, so you can clean it up and then set it back up. And what the other towns have around us is way too big for the equipment that we have. And it would be kind of a waste of space. So we're actually going to be looking for a smaller one than what most towns have.
No, just sketch it out, and they can have Crawford.
I was
Price.
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I was big problem.
I'll bet you he's got material right there in his yard to do it.
Yeah.
And he usually, in the wintertime, is when these welders are a little slow on work.
All right, so we won't add anything for that. I think if we build one, that's gonna be the most expensive probably for us, don't you?
I don't know, I think it's like Mike just said, you get, somebody
Yeah,
like Rick Crawford.
Yeah, they got material
That
sitting
he's got
right
time enough to
there.
work on it part-time, you'd probably get it done a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
because he does have a hired hand and, you know, another good welder that works with him that he pays it by the hour, so, you know, he has to hire him so he can keep him when he does get the big job, so, you know, he could keep him working on something like that, and that'd be ideal right there at the shop.
Okay, yeah, good to get a price.
Get a price on it anyways.
All right, anything else?
yeah, so we wanted to just look again at the salt and sand budgets now that we've spent a whole bunch already for this winter and see if there's any adjustments. The budget committee didn't make any adjustments, but we wanted to bring it to your attention that we're $11,000 over budget for last year, for 2018. So for assault, and we'll probably spend about 7,000 already this year.
I haven't looked at.
It's all in the, it's all in the tonight.
I mean,
I think your salt and sand budget's gonna go way over this year. We're gonna do better, he's gonna do better than 3/4 of the sand already.
Oh, it's been so cold and raining and
It's these little storms, every time you get a little storm, you know, it takes twice as much. And I think we're gonna be way over on salt before we get done.
So you can, well, you can change it now before it goes in the town report, or you can change it on the floor at town meeting. And wait and see where you're at in March.
I mean, I would think we'd want to change it now. What do you-
The only thing with the salt, we put in to get, 350 tons. Once that 350 tons gone, then you put on a checklist. If you got extra salt, you might get a load. If they don't, you don't get any.
Now, who decides the 350? Did they decide that, or do we
I
put
think
our?
That's an average that we
beginning of the
use
year?
for. I actually upped it 50 ton this year. It was 300, and I put in for an extra 50 ton.
do you have to use all that you put in for?
No.
Okay.
But if you don't put in for enough, when it comes time, because I know Grafton, they're already over $8,000 on this all. That's how much they're behind. He just ordered another 100 ton. But once your tonnage you put in for, then you get thrown into a hat, and if they have extra salt that month, they just pull these names out, and you might get a load, you might not. And it's been like that for years.
But, I mean, they take our estimates and all the other towns in the state, I suspect, and they just then purchase what they can get
Yeah.
in the fall, and then go with that.
Well, they only have so much rooms.
Full store. Well, they bring it in too.
You still keep bringing it in the winter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bring it in most all winter down there. I know you're gonna have to order some more sand right off because,
So what kind of figure are you thinking?
on sand,
And salt?
well, the sand, if you got, I don't know, it's hard to tell on salt. What it's gonna be, but on your sand, if you ordered like another 300 right now, and if you didn't use it, you can put that 300 yards be sitting there for next year.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know what kind of figure you're gonna put in there, but you could always do like she just said, we do it on the floor, when we know pretty much what we spent. You had to tell me.
Yeah, but it'd probably be good to do it now, and then if we can estimate it.
I mean, if you could just estimate it and then put it in, and then we still might need to adjust it come next winter, but at least,
I would raise the sand on up to 15.
Did you say 15?
yeah, from what it is,
Or was that 11,000?
yeah.
And 11,000 was like pretty much what the bid was that we got for the amount, right?
I think so, yeah. For the amount that we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll give you enough to finish for this year, and you think for what you'll need to buy for extra for the following winter?
Yeah.
And salt?
And salt, let's see, next one up in it.
It's Yeah. right above it. 28,000. I mean, we've already spent 37, 2018.
Spend how much?
37, and we budgeted 26. No, 26.
Oh, last year. Oh, for last year.
26, well, yeah.
Yeah, but then I'll give them 10,000 extra.
No,
That's for gravel.
Oh, gravel, that's right.
I would move that one to maybe 34.
You think you're gonna have to up it another 50 ton next year, though?
I was gonna, because if you don't use the extra 50 ton, they don't penalize you. So, you know, but,
They don't make you take it?
no. No.
You know, we spent 37 from,
Last year.
and that was last spring, and this from fall up. So.
But we never know what we're gonna use.
Well, the last few winters have been pretty wet. I
Yep.
think
I-
this
I-
might be a normality more than an oddity.
Well, I think you're gonna see multi-winters, are gonna be wet winters.
Yeah.
It's the last 2 years done the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
So do you think 34 is enough?
well, 34 is within the range of what we spent last year. We spent 37.
Okay.
You know, just,
I would-
then we might not get much more rain. If we have regular snowstorms, you don't use it much. In mud season, we'll have to just get some gravel put up by the pond and out by Otis before it thaws out.
But we do need to get snow and keep the ditches thawed out
You
so
ain't
that
shit.
the ice isn't getting into the road where you're using your sand and salt.
Yep, yep, and that's what's happening right now,
That's
is the
happening
ditches
in
are
a lot of
filling,
towns.
ditches are freezing up, there's no snow in them. So this one that's coming this weekend is gonna help us.
All right, so we'll go with 34 then. That's reasonable with you?
That's reasonable.
All right. What else was there in here that we haven't?
We adjusted some of the VLCT insurance numbers, pretty small adjustments. They said that the discount we got this year could not be guaranteed in future years, so we didn't drop any of the numbers that large amount. And I think that's really, we added 1,000 to the cemetery commission.
All right. Now, have we got two figures for the trash if they vote to discontinue it after, say, July 1? And
But
No,
we had,
we haven't done it, we know we don't have two different budget figures.
why don't we do that for town meeting? We'll put it in as it is there now, as if we were going to do the trash all along. We will have that article before we vote on the budget, and if they vote to discontinue the trash, then let's have a figure for that, stop in June.
Well,
If they
probably
don't,
July 1st, because,
yeah, because if we,
Yeah.
if people wanted to buy stickers from other
Yeah.
towns and stuff, it would be
I've
July
got
1st.
stickers that we can buy from.
yeah, but what we're saying is if we stop, so we'll keep a certain amount in the budget until the end of June, and then,
End of June. I
okay,
mean, it would probably be the last part of June that they would pick up, and we would have it.
okay.
So if we could, I mean, we don't, let's leave the budget the way it is with it having the pickup all year, but let's have the figure, what it would be if we stopped in June, so. Anything else?
Nope.
Nobody else says anything with the budget?
Was it just those two things, the sand and the salt and
The truck?
the truck?
We put 5,000 in for the garage building
Yeah.
budget for the lighting.
For the lighting.
Based on the latest estimate.
Okay.
yeah, we didn't hear anything from you. Is the garage needing anything other than just those lights? The doors are all fine?
It was all brand new.
Side doors not rotted out again?
No,
Huh?
no, side door's pretty good shape right now.
I don't know what's going on with it, but it is heaving and it ain't shutting again.
Yeah.
Well, that's because
It's
I
done that for
didn't
years.
under, Frost didn't under
All right,
it. Yeah.
so I will make a motion that we accept the budget as presented by the budget committee and
With those few changes.
with those changes.
Yeah, I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye. All right, we will go on to the warning.
I think I have one. Yeah, I think I brought one. Yep, got it.
What, additional articles that we got petitions on this year? I saw the one for HCRS in there.
Senior Solutions. They did a
That-
petition, but they took it and I haven't got it back yet.
Well, they were in here already, weren't they not?
Senior Solutions is in here,
Are they?
most positive.
Don, and maybe you're not the person to ask about this, but what about the school district? Are
We
we,
don't have it.
are we voting on school directors and budgets and everything as if
Oh, yeah,
there was
everything,
no
yeah,
mergers?
everything the way it's been.
Because I know they were asking for an injunction on it.
Yeah, there's a stay, if folks don't know it, this came out in the online Athenian that the meeting scheduled for the 29th has been canceled
Yeah.
because there is a stay of, whatever
It
the
was
term.
only until the middle of
I
March,
think-
I think, because the
I think-
AG requested time to do it, but I don't think they've got the injunction to say they're not going forward with it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there was a delay, I almost want to say mid-February, but, as far as I can see, it's business as usual.
We had one for meeting house committee.
Thought I saw that. It
Wasn't it was on, wasn't it one of the ones that was on the table when we left?
It was for 10,000 with 25, how was it, how did it read, Sherry?
I don't remember the exact wording, but it was $10,000, 25 of which would be the maintenance, and the 75 would be for matching future grants.
Yeah.
All right, let's just pull these out.
Senior Solutions wasn't on here last year.
Yes, I'm going through it now.
But they did a petition.
So they did get a petition.
Yes,
But we haven't got it back yet.
I haven't read it back yet. And the current, I contacted them, they needed a petition, and I haven't heard anything from them.
Is that Senior Solutions, Sterling?
Senior Solutions, they did do a petition,
Mm-hmm.
and they got it signed. And then the guy came in and stopped, and then picked it up, and they haven't got it back to me yet.
Yeah, did you accept that?
All right, so we've got Sevka, are they in
Yeah,
there?
they're in there,
Yeah.
Article 17.
And how much did they want?
1,000?
Yeah. So Sevka, what, let's just go through them, and
Yeah.
let's not number them out. The
Right.
current wants,
And do they have a petition?
$125, but they don't have a petition. And if they don't have a petition, I say we don't put that in.
Do they know they need a petition because they
Yes.
were there last year?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
The Belisol Senior Center, $250, and they were in last
And they
year.
were there
Yep.
last year, yep.
The Women's Freedom Center is $250, and they were in last year,
Yep.
right?
Correct. And for that amount.
Visiting nurses,
1,350?
I don't see the figure in there, if you can see it.
Yep, 1,350.
Okay. So visiting nurses, youth services, were they in last year?
Yes, they were.
For, how much?
330.
They are asking for 500.
Did they give us a
No,
petition?
they did not.
They did not.
Then we had to put the amount
It's the same as it was last
as
year.
it was last year.
Sevka wants $1,000.
Sevka, where are you?
That was what last year was as well.
Where is it?
You already did that, that's number 7.
Oh, we already did that?
Yeah, you already did that one.
Okay.
Zavka.
And Grafton Cares.
Grafton Cares is 1,000.
Yep.
Did Senior Solutions, right?
Yeah,
We didn't have a senior solution.
we didn't have that last year. We're waiting on a petition from them.
Okay. I was sure we didn't have that.
Yeah.
I don't see it in there anyway.
We've had it the previous year.
Yeah, it's been in the previous years, they just
Last
put it
year,
in
they-
last year.
They sent the request too late, and then I told them that they needed a new petition,
Okay.
and to do it again in this year's report.
Okay.
And they did do the petition, but so they came and picked it up,
All right.
Okay, well, if we don't,
and I don't remember
what's
what
that
the
one?
amount was either.
We've got a petition from HCRS
Yeah.
for $356. And they have enough signatures, so HCRS will go in. Are there any others that have not sent in that have
I
requested?
don't think so.
All right. So I'll make a motion that we put the ones that Darlene just had written down there in as they have been done, except the one that was asking for more and didn't have the petition, it'll go in as what it was before. All right.
and when, the Senior Solutions, when do they have until?
The 25th.
Okay, and do they know that?
Yes.
Okay, well,
And if they do get that in, then we can
Yeah, I'll add.
add it to it. Article 1 is the same. Article 2, Article 3, Article 4, Article 5, Article 6 would be the same. Article 7 would be the same.
8 we don't need.
8 we do not need. 9 we do not need. 10 we don't need. But we should put in within there, and didn't the budget committee give us wording for the, it was a couple months ago, but for discontinuing the trash service?
yes, they did, we did.
Do you still have that?
I don't ever remember seeing it.
Was it last, I think it was just last month,
Yeah,
maybe the month
last
before,
month.
but I think it was last month.
I don't think I have it, but you probably have that somewhere, the wording for that,
On my computer.
so you can get that to Darlene for the 25th.
Monday.
All right, so let's put
Like,
that,
is it the Monday?
let's
Yeah,
put that
Monday,
in,
Monday.
let's
Payroll.
put that in before Article 11.
So it would be Article
Oh,
8?
Sure, Article 8,
So Article 8 will be the,
Discontinue trash.
discontinue trash.
okay,
Article 11 will be the same,
so that will be actually 11,
It
Article
will be
9.
9.
it'll be 9.
Okay,
Article 12 is the meeting house, but they want 10.
I just saw that.
I did too.
No.
We have that though. Oh,
There it
there's,
is.
no,
That's the trash one.
that's trash.
Oh, that's the trash one, okay.
So that'd be Article 8.
Yeah.
You don't see the one for the, maybe it's in here.
Did you have it tonight?
I saw
I
it.
saw it tonight too. Do you have it in your stuff, Mike? It's by the stairs?
I'll see if I stuck anything out first.
That's our report. Too many papers.
There it is. Right in this book.
Alright, that was for 10,000 with 2,500,
For
Sherry.
maintenance and 700,
75.
75 and 75, okay.
25 for
25
maintenance.
for maintenance, and 7,500 for matching grants, for future matching grants.
for only
Yes.
to be used for matching grants.
Alright,
Do you not have it?
if we cannot find it, and we did have it here at some point, can somebody just print one out for Darlene for the,
I don't have a copy of it with me.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Bring it
send
to me
you.
Monday, or email it to me.
I can email it to you.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that one will be adequate 10 actually, right?
Yeah.
yes. Article 13 will be the same,
But
except
it'll
for
be
the
Article
figures.
11.
Article 11.
Article 14 will be Article 12, but it will be,
I gotta get the paperwork.
You
from
gotta
school.
get
They've
that.
got it done, I just gotta have it.
And then it's the voted articles
Mhm.
that you already have.
13 will be the HCRS one.
Okay, so you're gonna add that one in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then to set the time of future town meetings.
Yeah. 21?
And 21,
Like that.
Okay.
transact.
Mhm.
Is that reasonable with you, Tom? Good. Anything else? Anybody else know of any article that we are not putting in that we should put in?
I'll get the ones from the school and
Once you get it together, we should all come down and sign it,
Yep.
probably. And just review it, so we don't have any typos or anything.
Yep.
Or you can email it out to us, too, if you want.
Yeah, I have it on my computer at home,
All right.
I think.
If I don't, I will have because.
All right, but then we come down and leave it here on the table.
Yeah, because if we view it, then it might not be, sometimes if you view things in email, the format might be different.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, so that would be good for that.
Okay.
All right, so I made a motion to accept the warning as we prepared it. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 7, the ordinances I received from Paul Gillies, reference setting dates for the 2 ordinances that we may go into. The one thing that, the first one is the Sampar Road about putting a gate on either side of it that can be opened for the landowners or somebody that can go up and down it. you weren't here last meeting, we talked about that, but that was his suggestion as to how to do that instead of, trying to forbid certain vehicles and not other vehicles, that we can place a gate on the two ends of the road. We kind of decided that would be the way to go. So that ordinance is all done. The other one about allowing ATVs and UTVs on the town roads, we need to have a list of the roads that they can operate on, put in the ordinance. Do we have?
And is that just for them to ride down the road, or is it to get from one trail to another trail?
It should be to get one trail to another trail, and the other question I've got is, who's gonna enforce that? The town's gonna spend the money to enforce them? When they're not what they're supposed to be?
And they have to.
Or if they come up with any kind of rules and regulations of their own and show it anybody?
Well, they have to follow all the rules, and I have the paperwork. They have to follow any rules of any vehicle on the road. They have to be licensed. The person that drives it has to be licensed. The vehicle has to be registered. It has to be insured. It has to be everything that a car would be on the road. And any law enforcement officer can enforce it. And as the attorney said, we can try it. If it becomes a problem, you can always rescind the ordinance with it. Now, I know that a lot of, right now you see ATVs out on the roads, at least by my house, you see them on the roads now, and they're illegal. This will probably only be affecting the people that are trying to do it right and do the right thing and be legal. This ordinance will affect. But it's not to necessarily describe how we're going to do it. We have to have 2 hearings and listen to people about that. So this is basically setting up which roads we want to allow it on, and then once we get that done, we will go with setting up a.
Now, 35 is a state road.
No.
It's not considered a
It's a
state road.
state aid road.
Okay. All right.
But my concern, I just can't see giving a four-wheel position to go from Cambridge Walk. The town line gonna be 35. I think they get from one trail to the other and then get off the main roads. That would be my idea.
I don't think it's safe for them to be riding, as Tom was saying, from Cambridge Point to Townsend Road down to 35 like that.
We can put it in there somehow, if we list the roads, if we say the dirt roads, and then on the paved portion of Brookline and the paved portion of, which is all of 35, only to get between
Trails.
trail. Is that reasonable to put in there?
That's what I would do, I think.
That's reasonable, yeah. And we'll have the hearing and anybody can come forth and discuss it. If we change it at that point, then it'll only,
I mean, my concern is if they're going down the Brookline Road down Hedgehog Hollow down there, it's so narrow and so steep, they meet a car coming the other direction. It's not safe.
Can we get you guys to check with VLCT on this one?
I have.
You have? How about the insurance end of it?
it doesn't affect the insurance of it.
Not
They
at all?
have a model policy, not a model ordinances for it, and it's similar to what Paul Gillies sent us. There are towns, none right around here, that allow it to be on their roads. But the discussion of whether we enact the ordinance or not will be for the hearings and take testimony and decide whether we're gonna do it. But we did get a petition with, almost 100 names to it there. So I think at least we need to put it through to have the hearings and decide at that point whether we're gonna do it or not. This is more just to list the roads. So, what, do we wanna list the dirt roads and then just say on the tar portions only?
Like I said, because that lower part, that's dirt down there, Brookline Road.
But you got a lot of them down
I know.
I mean, you got them now, and what I'm saying, they are riding it now, but this is only gonna take the people that want to do it correctly and not violate the laws, allow them to do the same thing pretty much.
there. The other thing, it might give them a lot of, a little more grip to do something about it too.
I mean, yes, they have to be registered, they have to be insured, they have to be everything that a car is, so. All right, so we will get that, and we will get the hearing notices up, and I'll get in touch with both of you to set the time. We have to publish them, and
Is it 30 days, Victor?
yeah, we have to have it in the paper, and then we have to have posted, and I'll get with the two of you to set the time for that. All right, roads.
Everything's going pretty good. Frost is starting to set in pretty good. Just got the big truck back from down to Freightliner. They had to put a steering box in it, an air dryer on it, air canister, and I think that's all. I didn't get a slip with it. They just rushed me out the door. They were quite busy today. And everything else is holding up pretty good. Sand is down, like we've already discussed. Salt, we've used a lot of it. And everything else is holding its own.
All right, you think we need 300 more yards?
I talked to Palmer, called me the other night about some other stuff. And he says if we want to get more sand, we should be putting our name in so he can get it worked up and get it here to us before his road turns to mud and you can't get here.
Well, I think,
He'd do it for the same price that he brought the first batch, so.
I think we should probably do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, 'cause it's cheaper than we're gonna get it anywhere else right now.
So I'll make a motion that we purchase 300 additional yards of sand from the contractor that provided the bid to us.
Yep.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anything else?
Oh, we're having a flagging course here on the 23rd, next Wednesday,
23rd?
at 9 o'clock.
Do you need a key to get in, or?
Yes, I figured I'd catch up with you on Monday.
Yep.
How many people do we have going to that?
We have 3 from town.
Okay.
Maybe one from Townsend, right?
One from Wardsboro, and I gotta stop over and see the guys from Townsend, because a lot of them all need the same course.
Well, one of them's already quit, so.
Is this for brand new flaggers, or is it a
Brand
reinstatement?
new flaggers.
Okay.
New flag.
It's the long course.
How long is it?
It can be anywhere between 4 and 8 hours.
I would say this one's gonna go about 6 because it's not like we knew it. Most of them all knew at it.
You gotta go
So
over.
he'll probably run it for 6.
Tell them they need to bring their lunch.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else for that? We got the warrants?
Yep.
Well, wait a minute. Do we want to,
Want you to decide if you want those all, the front cover, yeah, there's one for the Veterans Affair that they wanted it, they would like to see it in the town report, but I'll let you decide whether if you want it in the town report or if you just want to make copies and
Yeah,
put it with all the other stuff like I did last year.
I like the cover. Cemetery Commission report goes in. Lister's report goes in.
Why don't you turn them upside down so they stay in order?
Go up. Do we want to put the Veterans Affairs in?
I think we should.
I think the local health report could go in the handouts at town meeting and be at the office.
Okay, put that with
I'll
the,
put it with these.
yep,
Windsor Housing Trust, I think, can go in the reports to hand out. Wyndham Regional Commission, I think, can go in the handouts. The Waste Management District, I think, can go in the handouts. In our report, we put in there about the hazardous material stuff, so. Southern Vermont Economic Development can go in the handouts. Senior Solutions can go in the handouts. Is that reasonable?
They should go with that.
And then you have our report, this meeting committee.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try and fix that up a little bit. We're gonna get on the, this is ours, but we're gonna try to get a better copy
It's
of it
gotta get
for you.
reformatted.
We're gonna reformat a little bit.
so, but don't give it to me.
All right.
So,
Good.
That gets rid of it.
Want me to file it for you now?
Okay, just on the cover, Matt's gotta get me the name of the person that supplied that particular picture so we can credit them.
Which is simple. Just gotta go down and see the guy that gave it to me, so.
That's good.
Yep.
Warrants?
Right here.
Thank you so much.
We've got an overweight permit for, Newport Sand and Gravel, Carroll Concrete.
And they did pay the $10.
All right. Make a motion that we accept that. All those in favor?
All right.
It was added in my deeds.
Oh, got it.
Have we got this coming back from the state yet?
No. You need to sign that and get that to them.
That's gotta go to Dummerston.
Yeah, or we can just, scan it. Scan it and email it. Do that Monday.
So these ones in here?
Yes.
Oops.
Oh, when you come to it.
Yeah.
house is obviously behind too.
Either Pascal and triple T's and get a newer version of individual pickup. So
Oh,
that everybody can be
tax
somewhat.
credit, $6.64.
Oh, like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to
You're
compare
welcome
to
to
this.
use my key.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
All of that.
That'd be great.
It's HP Fairfield.
Yeah. This one is here.
Oh, this one here.
There it is. I was like, open. Okay, now it's this one.
Internal.
Yeah.
And it's Vermont tax one.
This one here, and then the second page.
Sorry. That's just the
The other one.
that came in.
That's for,
Mexico.
Yeah,
that's for our,
got it. Good. If you want to take a look at it first.
no,
Oh, I gave you extra ones.
Tree next door is actually a bobcat.
Do you like this format better than the other ones?
It's easier.
We can probably do that next time.
Staples.
Okay. There's two staples.
Paper and envelope.
That was mine, that was this one.
That is the one. Where the other staples
Other trees.
are. Okay.
It's a cookie
You
dough.
get $10 off your next purchase
Oh, I didn't see that.
up until February.
Oh, give it to me because I gotta get some stuff right.
Oh, usually we hear across from us, right? So it's very unusual to hear them.
Oh, $20 was $20.
There you go.
Yeah, I will use that.
Yeah, no, I didn't feel very.
Come home to a mess.
Giant trees, it's like.
No different than everybody else.
So within 150 feet.
Is it cheaper for you to go to Staples than to
There's no other place around.
Walmart's? I maybe you can order it and have it delivered from somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
You usually get pretty good deals, like the paper was, buy one box, get one free.
Oh, that's a good deal.
And then the envelopes were buy one box, get the other one 30% off.
There you go.
Have you gone yet? Are you going to Staples?
I'm going tomorrow. I just got a $10 off coupon.
Ooh, good. Now you have two in the rack.
Oh, good.
And last time I was there, they let you use two different ones.
Also, yeah, laptop.
Yeah.
My knee just locked up.
But things
Oh,
can probably have some
Oh, no.
of these ordinances.
darling.
And for the sample application.
Another,
Another $10.
look at you, breaking them in. Oh, and Janet wanted to know if you have, if you want to use for.
Oh, that wasn't
We
good.
can, we were initially gonna use, no, we were gonna use, Simon and Oshkosh, because they were the ones that sold it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, so if they have it all there, it'd probably be cheaper to go with them.
these are my
Okay.
cards.
I will write a note to her when I get that back.
Yeah, I
to her.
told her that, but
For some reason, she did say that, but she wasn't sure. I'll remind her.
she was gonna call them, I actually did.
Okay.
Now we paid already, it has to be in my figure.
Ah.
The name of the
You stayed in my treasure bag.
Yes. And that one again,
Have you applied for your notary license?
no, I haven't, I've been having trouble getting, because it says it needs a password and a username, and
Just set one up, or you don't have
I
one.
can't,
Have you gone to the Secretaries of State website?
no.
You gotta go to their website, and you've got to start an account in your name.
Okay.
It's like 20 pages you have to go through.
Oh, wow.
And then they will,
It's the
but
Secretary of State website?
yes, and it's the Office of Professional Licensing, I think it is, that you click on. And you gotta go through a bunch of stuff, but then you get that, then you apply for a notary,
Yeah.
and each person has to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Do we have a notary already? We don't have one in town office, right?
Me and Sandy.
Wait, so you just have to renew yours?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. I thought you had to apply for one.
Well, it is applying.
It's, yeah.
It's a different process now. There's
Yeah, they
legis-
changed it.
Legislature in their.
Did you get yours yet, Sandy?
Yes, I did.
No? I haven't either.
No, matter of fact, I just
When did
found
it
the
expire?
paperwork for it, so I was gonna
February
go
10th.
online tomorrow and see what all the fuss was about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple more days, it's not till February 10th that it expires, so.
Right.
Well, they are taking their time with it.
So this we want to, you
Hang on.
can sign.
Has to sign it.
Notary, what's that one?
That's
Oh, we'll wait.
No, this is for the
reimbursement.
reimbursement.
Oh, wait, I got it. Mine's really far apart. You gotta sign another page.
Yeah, I can sign this, I think, it says I certify that this is a correct account for the expense of the date, name, and title.
In the mail, we also did have the certificate of highway mileage for the year ending February 10th. They don't have off from here, the Sam Fire Road is class 4, and the trail. Are you going to Dummerston sometime?
Yeah, I gotta go down and start grants.
They can do that right off the mapping that they have as to putting down what's the trail is, and if they, for the Sam Fire, yeah, take that with you, and I suspect that the Sam Fire Road is on there as class 4, but it only says 2.9 miles, so it may not be, but it should be on there as a trail, Eagle Town Trail.
Yep.
So just have them look at their mapping and see which is which on there. So that for the state map, it is a town trail.
Yep.
We also got this from Lawrence and Logan.
Is this for the lighting?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the other bid?
I do. That one gives us 2 now. This one is half the price.
Yep.
And
You can always come to the house.
this connects with all the existing, not retrofit.
Yeah, we got big dogs, so.
Oh, yeah, 25 pounders go right
Who
through
else
the
did we try to get?
He tried to contact Paul Streeter,
Yeah.
and he hasn't been able to.
They can get all the way up to your knees if you're not careful.
So why don't we keep those? And are you gonna try and get hold of Cole Streeter again? for the
I've
bid?
been trying.
Oh,
There's no answering machine.
Okay. The guy that you were gonna get from Townsend there?
Yeah, he did that a couple of years ago. He's just too busy, he's not
It's
interested.
not interested.
Wired.
Actually, he was pretty close, him and Lober were
Really close.
right around the same price range.
Well, why don't we try and get the third one in for next month, and we'll put it on the agenda to award the bid, and we have these 2 at this point.
The only thing is, I don't know if that's only good for 30 days, does it say? Sometimes when they use their estimates, 30 days.
I didn't see a 30-day. It is only good for 30 days.
Yeah.
Could
What
it be
we-
Hennessy to give you a price?
I don't think they have they?
I asked Hennessy about it 6, 8, 9, probably a year ago, and he never showed up.
Well, we have 2 bids now. I mean, we can, I mean, we've tried to get 3.
We have the old one, that would give us 3.
But I don't understand what they're doing right there, because it's supposed to be 4 sets of lights and only talking about 3 sets.
And which one?
Both of them.
What they,
Went off from was the drawing.
shows the drawing, and it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4 sets.
Both of them bids say 3. You're gonna put one on each side of the wall, one between the trucks, one between the other trucks, one against the wall. That's 4 lights, 4 strings of lights. We're talking about 3.
Or are they putting them as 3? 1, 2, 3 down the shop.
How many, well, this is saying,
You have 3 for 12
yeah, it
total
should be 12,
lights.
and this is saying 9.
All right, why don't,
He was just retrofitting the existing one,
no, Lawrence Loper
Not
is
Lawrence and
redoing.
Lober.
no, on H&B.
HB says retrofit existing all lighting.
Yeah.
Lawrence and Lober is disconnect and remove existing.
And he's putting them in the aisleways.
Yeah,
where you want them.
But you wanted them on the sides, right?
Well, they're gonna, so when I talked to HB, they're gonna put one down the outside wall, one between the trucks, one between the truck and the grader, and one against the outside
But
wall.
that's not what they bid.
Oh, there's no one did.
and this one again
The
says
print
9.
shows 4 lights
Yeah.
across, 3 rows with 4 across.
Unless when he looked at it, he was just thinking just the
These.
9 that are there.
But it's marked out.
Yeah, but this is the original that was in my folder. He took a copy, so it might not show up clearly out there. It's not a full copy. Okay, so he's just gotta add 3 more lights.
Why don't we contact them both? Can you do that, Matt?
Yep.
Contact them both, try and get hold of Cole Streeter. We will have, and tell them that we're going to open the bids in February, and award something in February, and, because this is only good for 30 days, but it goes into the first part.
We're gonna hold HB
HB,
And
Lawrence and
Lawrence.
Lober.
and Gold Street.
And do you want another copy, is it?
I still
because-
have the copy.
Okay, can you re-highlight, I'm not sure if yours shows up, where the 4 sets are, because both bids only say 9 lights and it's supposed to be 12.
Alright, I can do that.
Is that reasonable? And we'll put it on the
Do you
agenda.
wanna hold those, or you wanna put them in this folder?
You say, why don't we?
Thanks.
Yeah, but Lober did say, he priced it out per light, any additional lights that you want, it was gonna be so much with a $80 rebate. Said right there on the bottom of his thing.
I
You
understand
could put
that.
100 lights in
Yeah,
there if
I
you
know.
want to pay the price. He don't care. That's what it's gonna cost to do it.
Just $275 for each one. So,
Still, that's a lot less.
yeah, it'll be less than $900 more. But I still need one more. Well, if we use.
We will try and get one more. If we
Okay.
can't get them, we can't get it. So try and get the one more thing, see if Lawrence and Lober just knows what it is, and that we can extend it to the meeting date in February, because this is only good for 30 days, and we would award it the next meeting when it's on the agenda
Yep.
to do that, and HB as well. Knows that. All right. Executive session. After executive session, we only have select board comments and public comments on the agenda. So if people want to wait, they're certainly welcome to that. But if they don't want to wait, that would be fine as well. So just letting everybody know that. And I will make a motion to enter executive session to discuss a legal matter where the premature public knowledge would put the town of Athens at a substantial disadvantage.